Hello, my name is Colin Bullen. I'm founder and director at Virtuosity, and with me today is my friend and colleague, Andy van Wyk. And we're going to take you through a case study example of one of the organizations that we've worked with relatively recently to help create a high-performing, exceptional team. Andy, do you want to take us through what the circumstances were and what the challenge was for us in this particular case?
Absolutely. So this is a tech startup, really dynamic group, dynamic CEO, but the founder was beginning to get frustrated with the lack of processes of people following those processes, put it that way, and different levels of commitment from the team. So she was looking for something to help reconnect people to the purpose, and then also generate a sense of urgency, because startups have a very particular pace. So that was the situation that we found ourselves in.
Okay, so what do we do? How do we go about addressing that with her?
So the first step was actually to coach. We decided to do some coaching sessions with the CEO, which was helping her with her coaching, with her leadership style. We then administered a survey and found these results, which we shared with the team in a workshop, explaining to them what these results meant, and also had them workshop together with us some solutions. So we did give them some foundational communication and process structures, but I didn't want to change what they'd already developed. I rather wanted them to engage and make some changes around that and adjustments around that, because they were beginning to lose sight of their purpose as a team, as you can see, which is one of the lowest scores. Communication obviously was then an issue. They felt that they were in these meetings that were not clear or purposeful, or they didn't understand the benefit or their role in these meetings. And so that was beginning to get frustrating, which translated into this perceived lack of urgency. So the urgency was there, but they felt frozen and stuck because they couldn't actually get on to do certain things, which is what the CEO was picking up. And then as a result of that, they started losing that connectedness as a team. And there was something interesting that came out of this one, which was it wasn't clear to them what was behavior that wouldn't be tolerated. So there was a whole conversation that had to happen around that with the whole team and the CEO to say, we need to be clear that if this and this happens, that's when someone will be have a disciplinary or whatever the processes may be. But they had to get much clearer on that, which was quite interesting.
Yeah, it's a really unusual part of understanding things. Just think about, we normally talk about what's tolerable, not necessarily the intolerable. So we did a workshop with them, but how did we make it stick? How did we do anything else?
So after the workshop, what we did is we deployed the online training for reinforcement and ongoing learning, because they were also a growing team. So we wanted to have new team members learn this way of working, which was now much more refined, and everyone was very aligned and bought in on that. During the workshop also, we spoke about trust as a combination of competence, reliability, and sincerity, which for them was a big aha moment and a breakthrough that then generated new energy to continue at the pace of work that they were working, and having to be hyper flexible as you would do in a startup. Their frustration levels dropped. There was high commitment from the team as perceived by the CEO. And they had a much better understanding of how teams should work together, because they were all quite young and had never really worked together in a team. So this was a great learning experience for them to bond as a team and also take that forward with them.
So it sounds like, looking at the scores here, this wasn't a team that was falling apart at the beginning, but we still managed to identify some areas which were the cause of the CEO's frustration that enabled her to make some tweaks and some adjustments and just got them back up to where they'd been, and then flying again going forwards. Was that your experience? Is that how they ended up?
100%. And it just shows you that even if you are a functional team, there are always things that you can be experiencing that will detract from that. And this is one way of finding a space to have conversations about it and find solutions and collaborate together to strengthen a team that in this case was already quite strong, but had kind of lost their way a little bit for a variety of reasons. So yes, this can be helpful even in those circumstances.
Yeah, the CEO had the wisdom here to spot the early warning signs that it was going the wrong way, and was able to call us in order to get it back on track. Sounds like it worked well. Thanks for that.